Okay, we are now recording. All right, so good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining today, and welcome. My name is Helen Kim, and I am one of the fieldwork coordinators supporting with intern Gen Ed, specifically intern candidates in the School of Ed. And I'm here actually as a representative of Marta Sanchez, who is actually the director of the bilingual program here at LMU, but she asked me to come in and provide some additional support and answer any questions that you might have. So feel free to unmute yourselves if you like and ask me any questions as it comes up. So I just have a short presentation for you this afternoon, just to kind of go over some information with you. Again, please feel free to stop me if you have any additional questions. But I wanted to start by kind of telling you a little bit about myself and why LMU. I attended UC Santa Barbara. And in my last year at UCSB, I actually came to finish my bachelor's degree at UCLA. And then I was looking for a master's program to get my administrative credential. And so I actually applied at LMU and I earned my master's and my administrative credential, not really thinking I was ever going to become a principal. But I just thought it would be good to have. So I earned my master's degree in my administrative credential. And then in my last year of my administrative credential, Dr. Mary McCullough, she, I'm so sorry, I have like a frog in my throat. She asked me to apply for the EDD program. So I applied and I earned my EDD, my doctorate degree as cohort 1 at LMU. And a few years later, I was asked to serve as a course instructor for multiple classes in School of Ed. And so I find myself now immersed in working for LMU, supporting LMU, and really enjoying my experience both as a student and as a part-time faculty, and supporting now Gen Ed and SPED candidates in our robust and wonderful teacher ed and credential program. So I'm speaking to you from experiences both at the UC system and also at the private system. And I really will tell you that we have a wonderful program here. And I just speak from candid experience as well. So I hope that you will definitely consider LMU as your top choice. So why LMU? So kind of just an overview here is our mission and our vision statement. And you can see what's really highlighted here is our purpose, really to build in and embody that lifelong learning toward academic excellence and education of the whole person. And we support both the public sector and private sector of education. So it's a wonderful opportunity if you are interested in either Catholic school programs in our private schools or really serving in our public and charter schools as well. We support both. Our vision is really about embodying this idea and this ideology of making a difference in a pre-K to 16 education, and to be innovative and to really be socially just leaders, and to continue that leadership as we grow in our learning and in our experience as practitioners. So one thing you may be considering or maybe thinking about is why bilingual authorization? Why might I need it? Why is it important? How does it help me? And so just some facts for you to consider is thinking about the language minority students in the US speak more than 400 languages. So nearly 5 million English language learners exist currently in the US. So there definitely is a growing need of practitioners who really will be able to support our language speakers. And in California alone, which is the largest enrollment of those English learners, almost 30% of all ELLs nationwide reside within California. So there's a high demand for bilingual students. And as more and more students are now getting into bilingual programs and dual immersion programs and dual language programs, there's definitely a high demand for bilingual teachers as our programs continue to grow exponentially in multiple languages. So the bilingual authorization really adds on your experience, expertise, really grounded in additional research and evidence-based practices so that you learn and grow as a practitioner and apply those in real-world settings, which happens to be the classroom and with students as well. So teachers of English learners, they must understand the intimate connection between identity, language, culture, and the role of the mother tongue. And what's really critical about this, and I will speak from my previous experience, is that you can't separate language and culture. When you learn one, you inherently learn the other. And so teachers who are teaching with this bilingual authorization can really grow and share their experiences between language and culture in a very organic and authentic way. So what would LMU's program really teach you and guide you? So essentially, these are kind of the big focus areas, providing you the information, strategy, and tools for you to advocate and be an advocate for our linguistically diverse student population, to essentially provide you the expertise in how to teach academic Spanish and academic Mandarin. Also to give you expertise in how to develop language acquisition and the theory behind how students acquire language and how students learn language. And really providing you some additional tools in becoming culturally sensitive, culturally relevant, and for developing cultural competencies in the School of Ed. We offer information and skills for increasing parental engagement, how to engage parents in the learning and growing process of bilingual education, and also information on job opportunities due to this high demand. We really want to not only support you while you are in the courses, but also in the field experiences and beyond to induction. So what do you get from our program? So you have an opportunity for preliminary multiple subjects or to earn a single subject credential. Those are the candidates that I support. The bilingual authorization is an add-on to that credential. And we also offer the Master of Arts in Education program as well. So the application and admission process is essentially requires a CBEST or passing transcript copy of it or proof of registration, a personal statement. And if you currently hold a teaching credential, and it's just applicable if you just want to add on that authorization to your credential, then you will connect and with our director to interview and do an initial language screening process. And then if you're interested in the Masters of Arts in Education, you'll complete an application, submit all your official transcripts, submit 2 letters of recommendation and a statement of your educational purpose, which is about 1 to 2 pages. So pretty straightforward in terms of application and admissions. Let me pause just for a minute to ask if you have any questions. You're welcome to place those in the chat, or you are welcome to also unmute yourself. I'm not seeing any chat, and I'm not seeing anything, anyone unmuting. So I'll just kind of continue. What's the difference between a multiple versus a single subject instruction credential? The multiple subject. Oh, thank you, Mariana. I appreciate that. She just added something in the chat. Multiple subjects is essentially for us here at LMU, we try to place you in self-contained classrooms in grades kindergarten through 6th grade, and that would be to earn a multiple subjects credential. In secondary ed, primarily middle and high school, a single subjects credential from grade 7 through 12, and it's usually departmentalized based on the subject matter that you are pursuing. And so the structure of our program is essentially 3 terms. We run by semesters. So fall semester is about 15 weeks. It goes from around September to about December. Spring semester again is 15 weeks. It's January to May. And then summer session is shorter, which is 12 weeks, and it goes from May to August. So that's the structure of our program, 3 semesters or 3 terms. This is essentially a classroom schedule to align and support many of you who may be both teaching and also attending class at night. We are relevant and responsive to what's happening, perhaps. So we start our classes at 4:30 and we go to 7:30 weeknights. Weekend classes based on the program that you may be interested in. The sessions are from 9:30 a.m. to 12 or 1 to 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Many of the courses are fully online, so there's no requirement for face-to-face, but it can include some synchronous or asynchronous sessions for you as well. We want to really kind of blend in both modalities as much as possible to support candidates who may like one modality versus the other. And then we also offer a hybrid model, which is a combination of both online and that face-to-face interaction. So here's just a general overview of the Credential and Bilingual Bicultural Authorization. So as an add-on in 3 critical areas, so these would be the 3 critical areas: the primary language instruction methods, either in Spanish or in Mandarin, bilingual biliteracy instruction in the bilingual setting, and culture in Latino or Chinese culture as well. So those are those authorizations. And here are the requirements, very much like I had just gone over, but this also now includes the coursework titles and the courses that you would be enrolled in. Sorry. So the first part is at admissions that I just went over. A minimum Spanish or Mandarin, that language proficiency assessment, you would conduct that with the director of our bilingual ed program, which is Dr. Marta Sanchez. These are the bilingual courseworks that are outlined there, either in the Chicanos or the Chinese culture, the methodologies, and then also the biliteracy in either Spanish or Mandarin, and that clinical practice. And to support you in that, 2 out of the 4 observed sessions or observation sessions would be in that home language to provide you further support and guidance. What if you want to also pick up a master's degree, which I will let you know is such a great idea. As a practitioner, I didn't think I really needed the additional authorization or a master's degree after I earned my teaching credential, but it has really been something that I have loved using as a administrator in schools. And I never thought that I would leave the classroom. And then I ended up becoming a school administrator and loving it. And I didn't know at the time, and I'm so glad that I did pursue that. So I would highly recommend it And if you wanted to pick up that additional master's degree, the 3 classes just mentioned can be included as part of the MA in Urban Ed. You would simply choose the language and cultural concentration, and the 3 classes are part of that concentration. So a little bit more, but not too much more to get that additional master's. And here, bilingual ed, an individual right, a national asset, and a global imperative. I think that this essentially sums up how important it is for us to continue to appreciate, support, and advocate for the flourishment of bilingual ed programs in our educational programs. And so we really hope that you will become part of our LMU Lion family and really think about joining LMU. As a student and as a practitioner, I will tell you that I have honestly had the best educational experience attending LMU. And I actually really love it. And I just wanted to stop for a moment and just thank you for attending today, and to also offer an opportunity. If you have any additional questions, you are welcome to email Dr. Marta Sanchez, who couldn't be here today, but she is open to responding to any phone messages or emails. So you're welcome to contact her or myself. Again, my name is Helen Kim, and I am, again, so happy to be here with you. And I'm going to stop and ask you if you have any questions. I'm going to stop the recording.